Hey guys, it's Derek with the Survivalists. I'm actually going to be going over some Quarry, which is your typical game. Um, I got a list here. The major things would be deer, bear, elk, moose, feral hog, squirrel, rabbit, and even turkey. Um, a lot of the stuff people actually do eat more often than not. Um, Especially in different climates and areas. But I'm going to go through and just basically talk a little bit about each one and stuff like that. Deer, they usually tend to produce a richer, redder meat, which can be very nutritious, meaning it's very good for you, has more health benefits, anything like that. Typically fall to early winter, where you can actually hunt them. It also depends on the region. Also, for bear, they have a rich, darker meat, only because their size and stuff like that. They may be a little greasy, but that's only because of the amount of fat they also store. They also are high in protein because of their diet. Also, they usually eat fish or wild berries, fruits, anything like that. Bear season usually fall, depending on the state and local hunting regulations. They can vary from state to state or region to region. Um, like I said, it's mostly on where you're going and what time of year you plan on doing that. For elk, they have a richer, bolder flavor, and with them you can usually hunt them throughout the fall. Um, I don't know if it's different in any different states or regions or anything like that, but it's usually the same season throughout, I believe. Um, for moose, which is the a relative of both the elk and the deer, um, they usually have a mild, tender meat, which meaning it doesn't have that much flavor and it's not as tough. Um, it's preferred over deer and elk meat, and most time moose is actually one of the bigger games to actually hunt. Very difficult too. Um, they can usually be hunted between September and November, so late like mid fall to early winter, basically. Tags are hard to come by in the lower 48 states. The best time or the best places to really go would be up in Alaska or in Canada. That's where you're gonna find them mostly. Um, Other than that, that's usually the major areas for moose. Another thing would be the feral hog, and that's where you find your major pork products like the ham and the bacon and anything like that. Pork chops. Um, for that, it's mostly about how you cook it, cure it, and season it as to what type of meat you're actually going to get out of it. It's generally open year round. They have also become a nuisance species in a lot of areas, which is why I think that it's open year round too, just so that way they can keep the hogs in check in a lot of areas. Um, for squirrel, they have a tendency to have a nutty, sweet type of meat, and it's tender only because of their diet. They usually eat nuts, um, hence why they are usually a little bit sweeter and have that nutty smell, nutty taste, because of what they eat mostly. Um, you can usually hunt these from between fall to winter, which I don't think. Well, yeah, you can hunt them with like a pellet gun or anything like that. Um, some states actually have a spring season also. Um, then again, with how often there are a lot of them, so that way I think that's why some of them do it because they're more in some states than others. For rabbit, They usually eat plants, which means they're herbivores. They don't eat meat or anything like that, so they're going to be very lean and very healthy because of the low fat content and the fact that they're always moving around, so they're going to be burning it. They can be hunted between fall and winter, in which rabbit meat is actually really good. You can also use their skin too for gloves or anything like that too, which is very nice. Um, Turkey, like some of the other small animals, they're herbivores. They usually eat plant life. They're extremely lean, meaning that their fat content is very low. They can be very tasty because of the flavor to them. They can be hunted both spring and fall, which is usually the cooler temperatures that you'll see more out and about and stuff. Um, they are actually prolific in all states but Alaska, meaning Alaska is one of the states that doesn't really have them. All the other states are high in numbers. So, um, other than that, that's what we have for some of the quarry. I will try and get some stuff up for the Facebook page. I hope you guys stay tuned, click like, subscribe, and we'll have more out. And hopefully, you get some shots of some wildlife. Hope you guys enjoy.